Right behind me, I've got the 2026 Ram 2500 Power Wagon. If you guys are new to the channel, my name is Jason and I do reviews on vehicles here in Canada, so reviews just like this. If you love car reviews, be sure to like this video and also subscribe to the channel. And thank you to Orangeville Chrysler for allowing me to review this nice looking Power Wagon. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over the different models that you can get with the Ram 2500s, the safety features that you do get with the Power Wagon here, the engine specs, the exterior, the interior, the infotainment system, and of course the pricing on this. Now for the different trims that you can get when it comes to the Ram 2500s, depending on which one you pick, you can configure the drivetrain, cab type, and the bed size, and then are all of these different trims that are available. And here are the safety features that you do get with the Power Wagon, so there is a good amount of them. As for what powers the Power Wagon, this does have the 6.4 liter V8 HEMI engine, which produces 405 horsepower and 429 pound-foot of torque. Towing wise, you're looking at about 10,530 pounds, and payload wise, you're looking at about 1,570 pounds. Now I'm quickly going to throw up the window sticker for this Power Wagon because it does have a few options added to it. So as I walk around the truck here, you will notice all of that. All right, well, let's start off in the front of this Power Wagon here. You can see it's fully blacked out here. Now on the bumper, obviously it's all blacked out. You do have the front recovery hooks there along with the front safety sensors. You've also got the Warn winch setup here, and also are the LED fog lights on both of the corners. And then you get into this very unique looking grille area. I love all of the different bits and pieces, the different designs everywhere, very nicely done. You also have a front facing sensor right there, and then your Ram letters. Now this does not have a front facing camera, but typically this is where it would be. And then are these very cool looking LED front lights. I love the top and the bottom sections, very aggressive I think, and the whole truck itself is pretty aggressive. Now up on the hood here, you do have this vent area. Now this is not functional, but it does look nice. You've even got more of like the venting style on the side here. It also says 2500 heavy duty, and this is going to be on the other side as well. Now coming to the side here, you've got the nice Power Wagon setup, or the Ram 2500 usual looks. And up top here, this thing does have the power sunroof, as you can see, and there are the clearance lamps right there. As for the side here, now all just typical black plastic look here. You got the body color door handles, and you got these massive tow mirrors with the turn signal, the lights, all that good stuff. And since these are your tow mirrors, if I come to this side, you do have the top and the bottom sections, and then you do have like this light here. And then on the sides of the front doors, you have the Power Wagon decaling, and then kind of like this mini step. It is a little hard to get in with this if you're not used to it, but you do have this. Now as for the wheel setup here, you do have these nice looking blacked out wheels, and these are paired with the 33-inch tires, and then the wheels are these 17-inch wheels. So these definitely look good on this truck, because if I do take a step back, you can see it definitely suits how this truck is. The Power Wagon also has a raised ride height with the Ram Articulink front suspension. There's also the front disconnecting stabilizer bar and the True-Lock front and rear axles. And you also have skid plates. All right, coming around to the rear of the Power Wagon, same setup as the front. You've got the blacked out rear bumper here, more rear safety sensors. You've got a hitch there in the center. And then if you look way down below, hidden down there, you do have a spare tire. Up by the license plate area, you have all of your different towing outlets and whatnot. Also on the side of the bumper here, you do have this step that does pop out. So very easy. All I got to do is this, and it pops out like that. Now on the tailgate itself here, you've got the massive Ram letters, another Power Wagon decal, and then you've got a rear camera here. And then if you look way underneath, you do have an LED light. And speaking of LED light, you also have the rear LED tail lights. Now let's go ahead and open up the tailgate here and see what you get in the back. So opening this up, you do have the nice spray and bed liner, which I highly suggest on any pickup truck if you do want to get one. And back here, you have all of your different tie down points everywhere. You've also got the LED bed lighting on both of the sides, of course, and a 115 volt outlet. Now on the rear here, you do have the middle portion, which is power sliding. And then up top there, you do have a bed camera. All right, let's check out the interior on the Power Wagon here. It's an all black interior, but there are bits and pieces that do stand out. Now, first off, down here, you do have a decent amount of storage space. You've got a nice speaker here with a nice grill, the chrome grill, and then more of the chrome trimming around that. You've got more space in the center here, more chrome here, soft touch here, here, and here, and then more of the nice chrome trimming. I really like the designing, especially here, very nicely done. And then you have this very cool looking trimming. It almost looks like wood trim from far away. This definitely adds a nice touch to the interior. And of course, you do have the nice contrast stitching, and all of this you will notice throughout the interior. All right, let's check inside and see what the seats look like. This is an all black interior with the soft touch everywhere. You got the contrast stitching, the perforated back, bottom sections. You got the nice piping there. These seats are definitely nice and comfortable, and the side seats, so this one and the very end one over there, do come heated, which is nice. Now if I drop down the middle section here, if I can get it with all this stuff, you do have the cup holders in the back. Now let's go ahead and lift up these seats, because you do have something very unique. Now you do have this that does pop out, so let me just show you that. This pops up, if I can get it, just like that, and then this moves up. So it kind of turns into like this table, and the other side pops out like that as well, and you have this whole section. Not only that, if I just pop all of these back into place, I can also lift this, and there's space underneath which I can hide stuff away. Also, if you look way down there, you have more cup holders. And I really like what Ram does with these in-floor storage bins. So opening this up, you do have this, so you can fit, you know, cool drinks in here or just hide away things, and this does pop out if you do want to wash it. Now I'm going to jump back here and show you the legroom and the headroom. All right, hopping inside, you do have a good amount of legroom, even though this seat can be adjusted even more, so I'll have more legroom. Now in terms of the headroom, again, no issues at all. I'm very comfortable. This is a 2500, so I'm not gonna have any issues. And I'm also wearing a hat, and for reference, I'm 5'11", and I'm super happy back here. Now behind the driver and the passenger seat there, I really like how there's all just soft touch material everywhere, no plastic. You also have these storage pockets with the contrast stitching and piping. Now moving over to the rear center console area, you've got more cup holders here, more of that beautiful trimming, the black chrome trimming, venting back here, some space if you do want to charge your phone there and just leave it there. You have the rear heated seat controls, USB ports, and a 115 volt outlet down there. All right, let's check out the front and see if anything is different compared to the rear. Now the only thing that I can really notice, there's two things here. First off, you have a ton more room down here, and this cushiony area which holds 2 water bottle areas, and this does have the Harman Kardon sound system, plus you have a little speaker up here as well. And everything else is identical to the rear, other than of course your typical window controls, side mirror controls, and then the driver memory seat controls. Now since this does have the tow mirror, you have a bunch of different controls that you can utilize here. First off, if I just do this, this will fold the mirrors in, and then you can fold them back out from there. You've also got the lights here for the front and back, and this little section here, you can control or adjust the little mirror at the bottom, and then you can also extend the mirrors out and bring them back in. Now let's check out the front seats and see what these look like. These are identical to the rear, other than one thing. You do have this nice Power Wagon etched into the seat at the back on both of the front seats, and everything else is identical. Bottom perforated sections, back, the piping, the stitching. The front seats do come heated and ventilated. And then on the sides of the seats, you do have the power adjustments there. And underneath, nothing too fancy, just your foot pedals. Here is your manual parking brake. Here is the 115 volt power for the outlet in the bed to turn it on or off. And then moving up here, you have the exterior lighting controls, the cluster dimmers here, and even around the venting, you have the nice chrome trimming and kind of like this black chrome. And as for the steering wheel, this does come manual adjustable, and you will notice this little control here, and that is for your adjustable foot pedals. All right, entering inside, I just want to show you something cool on the cluster here when I do start up the truck. Now, as you can see, you get this nice Power Wagon animation. How cool is that? All right, entering inside, your dashboard is covered in like this hard, soft material everywhere, and then you have the contrast stitching. You got a speaker there in the corner, in the middle there, and on the other side. And up here, you also have these grab handles with the nice trimming and designing. And then you move into your fully digital cluster area. I really like how this thing looks. This is a 12-inch cluster area, and even small little things like where it says Power Wagon, it adds a nice little touch. Plus you have these illuminated lights on the corners. Now you can view a ton of different things on this, and to control that, you can use this here, or you can press this middle button, which brings up all of these. So you can go through this, but let's exit out of this and just use the arrows. So you can just scroll down just like that. And if I go to this one, you can also see a full map view. How cool is that? And there's just a ton of different information, and some of the things, some of the menus will have more things within them. Now let me go to this first section here where it shows your speed and all of that. And first off, you can see it as a digital section, or if I just press the right button, you can see it as an analog. As for the steering wheel, you do have the soft touch everywhere, the contrast stitching. The steering wheel does come heated, which is good. And on the side here, you kind of have like this perforated sections, which adds a nice little touch. More of the chrome trimming everywhere. You've got the satin aluminum finish Ram badge here. And on the left side here, you have all your cluster controls and the middle button there. The top and bottom are your phone controls. And then the other side, you have all of the cruise control settings, follow distance, and then the gear limit. Now behind the steering wheel, you will notice back here, you do have the media controls. And also, if you go further back here, you have your wiper controls, high beams, and indicators. And also, your shifter looks like this. And even on this, you have the nice stitching and all of that. Moving over to the center armrest area here, you have soft touch everywhere. And then this very cool looking Power Wagon badging. How nice does that look? Opening up the first section, you have space here. Opening up the second section, you have a ton of deep storage space in this. And even on this little piece here, you have like these vehicles. So a nice little Easter egg. And pushing the center thing back, you have more space up here. And speaking of center thing, you have cup holders here and more room here. And if you love measurements or anything like that, well, you have a ton of them right there. Also, way down there, you do have another 115 volt outlet. And then you do have two phone holders, which both they're wireless phone chargers, and then you have a bunch of USB ports, aux ports, and HDMI port, because this does have a passenger screen. Now I just want to show you on the side here, you have more soft touch here, contrast stitching, some space that you can definitely utilize, and you'll notice that on the passenger side as well. Now moving to the right of the steering wheel here, you have all of the different modes here, including the hill descent control. You got the front and rear locker, the axle lock, the sway bar, all of that good stuff is here. And then you move into this massive screen. Now I just want to touch on this here. You have your trailer brake controller, so you can control the gain and all of that. You got the tow haul, the front and rear parking sensors to turn them on or off. But this screen, it's a 14.4 inch touchscreen. This thing is massive. And on the sides here, you do have your heating and cooling temperature controls on both the sides. Plus you have your traction control, hazards, and then the lane keep on the other side. Now let's touch on what you get on the touchscreen, because this is very unique. If I go to the home page, you have like this split screen setup going on. So you have a map section up here, and then you have another section down here, and you can edit these pages, and swiping over, you can add more widgets. So that's very nice that you can kind of customize it to your liking. If I go under the media section, this will be your AM, FM, Sirius XM, all that good stuff. Plus this also has wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And then if I go under the comfort section, you do have your heating and cooling temperature controls again, or you can use the side physical controls. But on here will be the heated seats, vented seats, and then the heated steering wheel control as well. And then the phone section is typical once you do have your phone paired. Under vehicle, here you have three sections: the dashboard, controls, and settings. Right now it's under the controls, so you have your mirror dimmer, passenger screen on, off. You got your rear view camera here, the cargo camera, so all of that good stuff is there. And let me just show you the rear camera. So that's what that looks like. And then you have a cargo camera, so you can see what's in your bed. That's what that looks like. So let's exit out of this. Now let's go over to the dashboard section and go to the off-road pages. Here you're gonna find your usual off-road information that's necessary. You got the dynamics, gauges, pitch and roll, all that good stuff is here. If I go back, you also have the towing and trailers section. So once you click into that, you have trailer 1 and 2. And once you do have the trailers connected, you can customize and play around with that. Heading back, and under the settings section, you have all of these different tabs. You can even go down, and each section will have different things that you can customize to your liking. Now under the apps section, you have your favorite section, and then the categories. Again, all of these ones, plus you have more if you scroll down, and this does have Alexa built in. And then lastly, you have the navigation section. Same thing that you saw on this side. You have a full map view here. Now if you look on the sides of the dash here, like the screen side, you have this nice aluminum trimming, kind of like this brushed aluminum, very nicely done. More of the black chrome trimming there. And then if you look up here, you have more of that very cool looking trimming again. More space up here, an outlet there, and it also says Ram. Now up top here, you just have your rear view mirror, and then moving further up, you have your tailgate release, your interior light controls, SOS, assist, sunroof controls, and then the rear power sliding window control. And then here is where you put your sunglasses. And here is the key fob for the Power Wagon. It just says Ram, so your typical Ram key. All right, let's head around to the passenger side, and let me show you what you get on this side, including the passenger screen. Now on here, you have this beautiful Power Wagon plaque with all of the different horsepower numbers, the torque, all that good stuff, very nicely done. And then you have your typical glove compartment space there. And here is that space that I was talking about on the side of the console. Now let's touch on the passenger screen. All right, so here is the passenger screen, and to turn it on or off, you have a button right here. If you press it, it comes to life just like that. You have 3 sections here. So on the home page, you have your audio section, video, HDMI. Swiping over, you can also see the navigation, devices, and vehicle cameras. How cool is that? And then under this little bell icon, this will be your notifications. Under controls, here you have your system settings, the power, screen, brightness, all the good stuff. You also got the wireless headphones. So very nicely done. And I really like how Ram incorporates this into the passenger side. And here is the window sticker for this Power Wagon. The pricing that you see is in Canadian dollars. Well, that does it for the review on this 2026 Ram 2500 Power Wagon. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you think of this truck?